Pamela and this is Pamela World. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 10 things I badly want to tell international students, and I think it would benefit not just international students in Japan, but international students all over the world. These are 10 things I want to tell you in terms of academic life. And later I'll do a video talking about 10 things I want to tell you about managing academic life with your normal life or your social life, having that balance. So let's get right into this. If you're new here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. The first thing I want to tell international students is that your research depends on you. It depends on you. You're the one going to do the research, especially if you find yourself in Japan and you're a biological student. You're going to do the research. You're going to fine-tune it. Be ready to put in the work. You know, usually we have this perception that if you're schooling outside, it's stress-free, no work, nothing, you just come. It's not like that. You have to put in the work. It depends on you. Be ready to read wide, fine-tune your work to suit you. And also try and always consult your supervisor or your professor. But bear in mind that because you're a graduate student or a master's student, they believe that some level of independence on your part is required. And especially where you are in Japan, okay, people tend to believe that you are independent, you can do a lot on your own. So do your best to read more, try and find similar protocols, be abreast with whatever you are doing, the latest inventions in whatever field you have chosen or whatever course you are studying. The next thing I want to tell international students badly is that ask questions. Ask a lot of questions. If you find yourself in Japan, for instance, no one is going to force you to do some things, but you have to ask questions and always ask for their recommendations and all that. Read the posters, read everything around, and ask questions in the lab. Find someone in the lab that you can always ask a lot of questions, someone who's very calm. There's always that one person who would help you in your laboratory. That one person will be all out. You can ask even the very silly questions. So find that one person and ask questions. If there's anything you don't understand, ask that person as well. And it goes a long way to help you if the person is your senpai or someone who can speak the Japanese language. Because that way, if you have any information you don't understand, you can even ask the person to translate it for you. Bear in mind that if you plan to continue your research or your degree, that means you want to finish your master's and then proceed to the PhD, you would have to put in a lot of work. Truth is, your supervisors are watching, but they will never see a word, okay? So when the time comes for you to continue, they determine whether you will be able to continue or not, because you've been under their tutelage and they have seen you do the work. So if they've seen you put in the work, when you tell them you want to continue, they will not hesitate to let the university extend your scholarship for you to continue, okay? So if you are concerned about your integrity, your reputation, please put in the work. Leave a good mark. Even if you don't want to continue, leave that indelible mark that your professors will remember you for. And because you're an international student, you'll have to put in more work. You're on scholarship as well, okay? So you have to put in the work to let them know that you are here and you mean business. The next thing I want to share is that do not be afraid to ask for help. In as much as Japan is a very independent society, okay, remember that you don't know it all, you are not an island. So if you don't understand anything you've read several times and you're still not getting it, ask for help. Don't sit there and while the time away. Ask for help from someone. It could even be your professor. Most of the professors here are very kind, and if you ask them for anything, they will be more than willing to help you. If you failed at an experiment or you've done troubleshooting and it's still not going well, keep in mind that it doesn't mean you're a failure. It's the experiment that failed. And with time, you get better, okay? Just like wine, you know? Fine wine gets better with time. And you're also being refined, so you get better with time, okay? The next thing I would like to tell international students is that plan. Plan your experiments, plan your day, have a to-do list. I don't know how to explain this, but it's so important that you have a to-do list. If you think I should do a separate video showing you how you can do a to-do list as a student, don't hesitate to let me know in the comment section. Have a to-do list, how you want your day to go, the most important things you must do in that day, and the things you have to do if you have time. Have a list for the week and a goal for the month. It goes a long way to add up to the whole bigger picture, okay? Failing to plan is planning to fail. No success is achieved by just sitting there doing nothing or just being spontaneous here and there. Plan, plan, plan. Plan your everything. Plan so that you can have more time to do other things you love or enjoy. One thing that really helped me with planning was St. Rose's Senior High School. We had a bell to know what to do at every time. But here's the case, you are not just a graduate student, you're in a different country, okay? So you have to do most of the things yourself. You have to plan how you want things to go. You have to plan how you want your life to go. And if you want to do extraordinary things, you can only do so if you master time management. So plan how to use your time. Plan and know that sometimes you'll have to say no to some activities, no to some occasions or some events because you are looking forward to a goal, okay? You have something that's your target. And if you have that in mind written on paper, okay, you will know that it's not every function you should attend. You should be able to tell your friends that this time I'll not be able to make it. And planning helps you know that delayed gratification is important. I believe so strongly that you have to reward yourself for the little things here and there, but know that there are some things that can wait and there are others that can't wait, okay? You're a scholarship student, and if you're in Japan, for instance, as a master's student, you have 2 years, a 2-year time frame to complete your experiments and to graduate. So the only way you can finish all that on time is if you plan, okay? Things like enjoyment, some of them can wait, okay? But things like when your research should be done, when samples are available and you have to work, they can't wait for you because you need the result. All that your supervisors are concerned about is the result. All they want is the data, okay? So know how to put your life in perspective and balance, okay? One thing I want to say about planning is that it helps to keep you consistent and disciplined, okay? Yes, you need the motivational quotes and all that, but let me tell you that there are some times that the motivation won't do it for you. It's the fact that you have that target, okay, that you are working towards and you are disciplined and you are consistent. That's what is going to get you the results you need, okay? So that's why planning is super important. It makes you know that you have that drawing board, you have to look at, that's the goal, that's the prize, you know what your target is, and it keeps you on your path when motivation fails you, because motivation will fail you at times, but the consistency and the discipline will keep you going. The next thing I would like to tell international students is that stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting yourself. Sometimes you don't feel bold enough to go all out to do things, but let me tell you that, okay, with all the resources available to you as an international student, there's a lot you can do. Stop doubting yourself. Go all out and do the best in your research, okay? Let me tell you that there are some times that if your experiments don't go as planned, okay, it gets to your self-esteem. It makes you feel that you are not worth it, nothing good can come from you. But I want you to know that there's more, okay? Stop doubting yourself. And one thing I love to read, okay, is about earlier scientists. Most of them failed so many times, but they did not give up. That's how come we have all the inventions we have today. So whatever you want to do, stop doubting yourself. Doubt builds so much fear in your heart. It makes you not want to go ahead. It makes you not want to forge ahead. But see, you are made for more. And because you are here, it shows you are good. That's one thing you should keep in mind. And also have a positive affirmations list. That is so important for me. I listen to them and I have them on paper, okay? I listen to them every morning, and every morning before I leave my bed, I read them by my bedside. Have a positive affirmation list. Tell yourself you are beautiful, you are bold, you can do this, okay? Failure has got nothing on you. Fear can't take this glory. Fear can't take this success from you. You can do it, okay? You didn't come too far to quit, okay? Those are some of the things on my positive affirmation list. So go all out and stop doubting yourself, okay? One more thing is that you should have friends you can talk to about your failed experiments. And I'm saying this because it can take a toll on you, especially in a country where you are all by yourself, your family is far away. Have friends around you that you can talk to about failed experiments, friends you can laugh with over such things, okay? And friends who can even encourage you in those times. Sometimes you need to draw your strength from your positive friends, okay? That's how come your circle of influence is very important. Those you surround yourself with go a long way to affect how you see life, your mindset, and how you put things in perspective. It is said that you're an average of your 5 closest friends, okay? So have friends you can talk about this experiment. You can tell them that, you know what, for this whole week my experiments have failed, and they would encourage you and tell you, even mine failed as well, don't be discouraged, let's try again next week and let's keep going, okay? Because there'll be times in a whole month your experiment can fail, but if you have these friends to keep pushing you, okay, encouraging you, you are one step ahead. They'll be there for you in times when you are not even there for yourself. Yeah. One thing international students should keep in mind is that you should attend conferences. In some laboratories, you get your supervisors looking out for you and telling you about conferences. But even if they don't, you have internet at your disposal. Look out for conferences that are related to your work and attend them. Attend conferences. It doesn't matter how large your data is, okay? It's about how you are able to explain your data for people to understand. Even if your data is small, it's about how you analyze it and the picture it tells, okay? So that's why you need to read. The more you read, the more you can even know that the data you have, okay, is either consistent with what has been found, or maybe you are making a new invention. And it even makes you know if you are going off track. So attend conferences and learn from others, and also network. Network is very important. When you go for these conferences, there are people you meet in your area of specialization. They'll help you improve your data analysis, and even through that you might even be able to find a mentor. One thing about networking is that if you network a lot, you would get people who can even recommend you for positions that you might never know about, or you might even think you are not qualified for. There'll be people who can even tell you about PhD positions in other countries, okay, that you might be interested in. So network a lot. And also, if you ever plan to do a postdoc after a PhD, you know that networking is important because you will need to collaborate with a lot of researchers. People like postdocs who are teachable and can work in a team, not just be the team lead or the PI, but also be a team member. So networking is super important. It helps you to build our collaborations. It helps you to even get more publications, because meeting people who are in the same area of specialization would help you bring up ideas that you can both do together. One thing I want to tell international students badly is that be confident, but don't be proud. There's a fine line between confidence and pride. Be confident, but don't be proud. That means that be open to learn from others. Be open to know it when you are wrong. Be open to be taught, okay? You should be teachable. It's one thing that you should have. You should be teachable, because you don't know it all. Others have gone ahead of you, and because they've gone ahead of you, it doesn't necessarily mean that they are the best, but there's something they know that you don't know, and being teachable will help you to not repeat the mistakes that they have made. So be teachable. Yes. So the last thing I would say to summarize this is that enjoy your life as an international student, love your research, and do your best, because more is in store, and how best to utilize what you have now will determine how best you can utilize what's ahead of you. That's all I have to share for today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you're new here, you're welcome. Do want to stay and join the family by subscribing. If you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. That's all for today. Bye.